Hey people, it's Silent Vice here, continuing a Let's Play of Valkyria Chronicles. In the last episode we finished up Chapter 2 and started Chapter 3, and now we're in our headquarters menu, so I guess I'll show you around it, starting with the squad barracks. Not much to talk about here right now. Basically, it shows you all of your the characters in your squad. Right now we only have our squad leaders with us, Welkin, Alicia, and our two new members, Rosie, or Bridget, and Largo. These guys are all important to the story, that's why they're here first. And they, Welkin and Alicia can die, Rosie and Largo can't, so I won't worry too much about them in battle, even though I won't let any of my comrades die, because I don't do that. And now we're going into the command room, so let's go.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome.
Hello.
This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad.
Okay.
You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works.
Okay, you do that.
This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eye. Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards.
100 yards? That's pretty good.
Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out. Next up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up. They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets. While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings. Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant.
Okay.
After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets.
Did you hear that little mistalk by Captain Verot there?
Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank. They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars. Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback. Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site.
They're pretty useful.
They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators. Lastly, we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance.
Oh, snipers suck so bad early on.
For marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see. Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for. That should cover the basics.
Thank you for that.
Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. So, we've got a bunch of people here. Let's see if there's anyone I want in here. Oh, of course there are. But, no. No, we don't have the people I want the most. No. No. Okay, I'm over it now. So I guess we'll just fill up our squad with a decent amount of every class here. most of the characters I really like to use aren't here if my moaning and no's haven't explained that at all, but let's start with scouts. Ted's a good scout.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Ted Ustinov, and I've got some great new material for you.
He's a clown. Wavy's good too.
Please, call me Wavy. From today onward, we fight together.
Okay. Another good. Nancy's a good scout as well.
I'm Nancy DeFore. It's so good to meet you.
Frisia's pretty good too.
I'm Frisia York Handsome. I know you'll take real good care of me.
Okay, now we'll have 5 scouts in total, so I think that's enough for now. Move on to shock troopers. The only really good shock trooper I see here is Haynes, and he's only really great later on.
Reporting for duty, sir.
I'll be keeping him in my squad for the entire time. Kobe's okay, except he's got a few downfalls.
Looks to me like we're gonna see a lot of each other.
That wasn't creepy at all. Edie's okay. She's got her own downloadable content stuff. We'll be going through that in a much later episode, but she's pretty annoying otherwise. Mika's okay as well.
Hello. I'm Mika Hawkins. I'll be serving under you from here on.
And, that's all we'll get of those for now. Hector. Hector's the best
Hector
Lancer
Calvi,
in the
sir.
game,
I'm at
other
your
than
service
Largo.
from today on.
His potentials later on are so great. I'll talk about them after I get all these dudes here. Walter's okay as well.
The name's Walter Nash, buddy. Pleasure to be working with you.
He seems like a really nice guy. But that's all we'll need for Lancers right now. We won't get another really good Lancer, I think, until New Game Plus. I'm not sure. Now, for Engineers, the only 2 I really use are these ones, but Homer's, he's got a hilarious potential that he gets later on, so I'm gonna get him.
I'm Homer Perron, here to fight together with you until this war claims my life.
And I'll just go for Herbert, because he's pretty okay as well, until
Herbert
he gets his next
Nielsen
potential.
Is me. I mean, yeah, I'll try.
Okay, and we'll grab both of these snipers.
Hey, I'm Oscar Baylor.
We don't have the
Thanks for taking
sniper
me
I
on board.
want, so she'll be probably be enlisted later on. Every episode, new people get enlisted into the militia, so I'll be coming back to this after every chapter to see if there are any new people around. We've still got a few open slots, so I'll just get...
Well, feel like you've struck a balance? Come back anytime you'd like to adjust your squad.
Thank you.
As time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list.
Got it.
Oh, and all the recruits go through training together, so they're all ready for combat. They'll be at the same level as the rest of the team you've taken into the field. You
Okay.
can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience. Trust in your own judgment and pick a team you know you can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
Wow. Squad leader's a lot of responsibility. come to think of it, Faldio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he? I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now, too. I'd better get a move on.
Well, I'm gonna talk about potentials next time, but we're out of time in this episode, so I'll see you next time when we finish up our headquarters menu in Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles. Until then, later.